Guys. Oh, we were so close. We were so close, man. I had the thumbnail already. Cherry's been picked off. I've had to postpone that one now, people. We are here. KG is back. It is the match reaction time. Leeds United 2, Bournemouth 2. And we were so close to an unbelievable 3 points. And it would have been deserved, in my opinion. But it just shows you the margin in this league. It's too close. You cannot switch off, miss chances the way that we did today and expect to get 3 points every time. It's so gutting. Man, yeah, exactly, Nick. Yeah, take the point, but man, that's the way I'm feeling right now. And I said yesterday in the preview, even if we dominate for 90 minutes and Bournemouth score in the last minute, I think I'd accept it. Today's KG is sounding very different because I'm gutted we didn't get the 3 points, man. That's 3 points, by the way, that we've lost during like last minute sequences. Obviously, we lost against Fulham and we've dropped 2 points today. But listen, there was some good stuff today. I want to give some praise to players that I want to shine some light on as well that I don't usually do. But God damn. Oh, man. Yeah, I know. Don't park the bus. Take the point when it feels like a loss. Doesn't feel like a loss to me. I know sometimes when you draw a game when you should win, it does feel like a loss. But you saw in the sequences of the game today, when Bournemouth went forward, they did look dangerous. And it was one of those things where if we're not taking our chances, they can counter us at any time. But it is gutting to drop those 2 points. How valuable could that be? I don't know. Yeah, Goodmanson superb again. I know I should have put Goodmanson in the poll. Shall I redo the poll? It doesn't matter. Does anyone care? Does anyone care really? I'm going to leave the poll the way it is. Other in the poll is Goodmanson, because you know his endeavor for our goal, for one of our goals, was magnificent. And again, he was good again today. Lee Wakey there saying sub at the wrong time. I completely agree with that as well. Game management, it's essential in games like this. And Iriola got the last word in the end, didn't he? But Hyru here with the super chat. Thank you, Hyru. We should have won this. We were good enough to win, but those missed chances haunted us. Should have bought in Biol instead of subbing DCL. Yeah, Mecha coming on for a defensive free kick. I don't get it. But you're right. And if there's one game where people are saying when is Biol going to play, it could be the next one, because today I thought Strauch had a bit of a tough time today. Tough time, in all honesty. There was a few sequences where he was looking a little nervous out there today. And if there's any point that you wanted to start your Biol Roden partnership and see what it looks like, it could be the next game. Could be. Richard in the house with the super chat. Thank you, Richard. Roden, well steal. I give it the well steal. One day if you'll say it. Roden again. By the way, just on an FPL note, I know we're going to get back to it. If anyone's been starting Roden week in, week out, you're getting tremendous value for 4 million. I keep on putting him on the end of my bench. Silly me. Ed saying here, Stroud did look lost at times. Yeah, he did. Good point. It is a good point. Let me not take away the disappointment of not getting the 3. It's a very good point, because what I said before we resume this set of games after the international break is 4 points would be the acceptable for me for the run of games we got, because we got a pretty good fixture run. Wolves, Fulham, Bournemouth, Spurs. Those are the 2 tricky ones. I thought we'd get the point against Fulham. We didn't, but we've got one today. So we've got the 4 points. Who knows what we can do in our next home game? But it's so vital that you switch on and keep switch on for the full, until the referee blows his whistle at the end, because we've been undone twice in those periods. But yeah, man. Sam here saying should have won, being ahead for so long. Yeah, I'll just say it now, because I know a lot of you are very happy about some of the treatment that Tyler Adams got today. And by the way, I absolutely loved what was going on with that. That's healthy for me. That's healthy rivalry, where he's left the club with a bit of a cloud over it, shall we say. He's come back. He's tried to put it on a couple of our players. A couple of our players tried to put it on him. Fans giving him stick. Beautiful. That's it. That's how it's supposed to be. Keep it that way. Don't let that leave the game, man. Don't let that leave the game. So yeah, David here should have had it buried in the first 20 minutes. Farker tactics again. He did some good, but it's about the complete 90, isn't it? It's the complete 90. But yeah, we'll get into it. Yeah, exactly, man. Cloud, you got to keep that in the game. You got to keep it in the game. Yeah, so disappointed. Okafor was subbed about too early for me. Better performance from him. He was going into. Yeah, I thought I say for the first like 30 or so minutes, Okafor, I didn't even know he was playing, but he grew into the game. But what I will say in Farker's defense with that, he did go off limping, and we know Okafor is genuinely building up his match fitness in real time. We're seeing it. We saw it last week against Wolves where he was basically running in treacle before he got subbed. And today, he goes off limping. But absolutely, and it just shows you, doesn't it? When Bournemouth bring on their subs, they're bringing on Clivert, they're bringing on Alex Scott. We had to bring on Jack Harrison because of our current situation with Nonto and James working his way back to fitness. Just shows you the different levels, even though we're in the same division, doesn't it? But yeah, Harrison is Harrison. Sam, I mean, listen, I don't know, Sam. It's up to you. In your private time, that's up to you, man. That's up to you. But I feel you. I feel you. Ryan here saying Goodmanson is some signing so far. Yeah, he's been terrific, hasn't he? And he was very instrumental in the second goal. But we'll go from goal one and everything else like that. Someone mentioned him, and I was going to bring this up. Lloyd, off topic, but can we all agree Graham Potter is officially a fraud? I've been telling people from time. I don't rate Graham Potter like that. I do think he's a good coach. I mean, we had eye contact one time in the media room where we said hello, but that didn't do it for me. I don't think he's a very good coach at this level. I think he's going to have to go somewhere else and reset. And what Lloyd's alluding to here, which is not good news, I will say that, is that West Ham have gotten Nuno, people. So if you're unaware, Nuno Espirito Santo is the new West Ham United manager. He was taking training this morning. They sacked Potter this morning. Nuno went in, and that's disappointing because that will give West Ham a real different feel to him now. And with the players that they've got, because Nuno doesn't go there unless he thinks he can work with what he's got there. They've got some really good foundations there to now start climbing the table. So that's disappointing, but it's a double-edged sword, because the only reason why West Ham have probably made this move is because the promoted clubs are doing so well. I mean, Burnley did get beat today, but up until today, the three promoted clubs are doing what maybe the Premier League didn't think that they'd do, and they thought they'd be safe and they wouldn't have to pull the trigger on Graham Potter. Well, we've made them jump to making this decision, so it is kind of on us and Sunderland and everything else like that. James here saying Tanaka poor for their second goal, in my opinion. Happy with the draw, should have been 3. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Tanaka didn't get the start again today. But I still think there's scope for him to start. I just feel like Tanaka from the start of games gives us something completely different. And you'd probably be surprised of who I think probably should hold the bench in the next game. You might be surprised. Yeah, we showed fight again, going from a goal down. Exactly. Another positive to the game. We go 1-0 down after missing a hat full of chances. DCL, man, listen, I know what people are going to say. He was good in the second half, the hold-up play, blah, blah, blah. But at this level, you've got to take the chances you get. And those ones, especially in the first, 30 seconds, has to score that, people. That has to go in. You go 1-0 up from there, the whole game plan, the whole game changes from there. And then it's not like it was the only one. He then has another 2. You've got to be better than that. The hold up play and everything else is cute. You're a striker. Goals are what you're supposed to do. And it would have done his confidence wonders after scoring last week to score that early. Who knows what would have happened then? But yeah, you've got to do better, man. No moral victories, but listen, we got a point. Ryan, listen, Jared here saying, no, these are the type of games that we'll remember in May. I hope not, man. I hope not. Ryan here, Longstaff has impressed KG as it might be official. We'll speak. Chucky here saying here, what did those late subs do to the chemistry? Yeah, puzzling. That's where Farker has got to get the game management right. And that is on him. Look, the second goal, I mean, let's go through the goals, people. Let's go through the goals. And Youssef here, both goals conceded were poor. They were terrible. Let's get into the goals. Semenyo free kick. I mean, it doesn't matter the foul that goes into it. That's on Stack. But the wall, the goalkeeper, it was shocking. Why was the wall jumping from that distance? They didn't need to jump. All the work was for Semenyo to get that over the wall if he was able to do it. They didn't need to jump on that one. I know Aronson was used as a draft excluder, but the ball didn't even go in the corner, by the way. I think Darlow, if Mellier's in goal for that one and it goes down the middle where it was, everyone is hammering Meslier today. So you've got to keep it consistent. And I think with that one, it was a combined effort from the defensive wall, the way it was set up, and Darlow as well in terms of that first goal. And of course, it was against the run of play, but that is the Premier League, people. That is the ruthlessness of the Premier League. And we find ourselves a goal down. But what I will say then is that, and this is where this is where Ryan is talking about. Sean Longstaff today was really good. That was the best performance from Sean Longstaff for me. It's not about the heat maps. It's about actual manipulation with the ball today. And I thought he was terrific. And he is my man of the match. This will surprise people. I know it will. People just can't believe it. But there's never an agenda with me. It's all about fairness. And today, that's what I want to see. And Sean Longstaff, by the way, taking the set pieces, he found Rodon. It must have been about 6 times. Must have been about 6 times with his set pieces today. Wonderful performance from Sean Longstaff. Absolutely brilliant. All the credit in the world for him for not just his goal, because I would have said this even without the goal today. I thought his midfield work today was brilliant. So, people, I am very, very fair, and that just shows he was terrific today. Yeah, people are also agreeing. Yeah, the volley was crisp. Wait, are we there yet? Well, let's go to the second goal, Sean Longstaff's goal. I want to just praise as well the work of Goodmanson to even keep that in and battle for that ball. That was lovely. You know, that when people talk about passion moments and everything else like that, and work rate and everything, that's what I call work rate. Work rate to me isn't just running around making yourself look busy. It's about what are you doing in order to try and change the game. And Goodmanson, the way he battled to keep that in, Okafor did what he did. Aronson actually gets the assist off that one, by the way. But the hit from Longstaff as well, nice goal. What I will say as well, though, for the first goal in terms of Longstaff assist from Rodon's goal, which is great. Both Rodon and Longstaff, first Premier League goals for Leeds United today. Their goalkeeper was on Meslier time. I don't know what he was doing for Rodon's header. He kind of dived after the ball was in the net. Don't know what he's doing, but who cares? Yeah, it kissed the post, didn't it? Kissed the post. This is Longstaff's goal. Absolutely wonderful. And 2-1, you're thinking, what can we do here? What can we do? But I don't want to move from there just yet. Let's go. Let's lavish more praise. Like I say, let's lavish it on, because when these players play poorly, we're always quick to point it out. So yeah, Longstaff can take corners, absolutely. Ishtado saying, yeah, concentration for 100 minutes is poor. We slacked off. It cost us again. Rodon's header was deflected by some. I get the deflection, JTEX, but the keeper was poor. I don't know what he was doing there. Yeah, we could have won it. So disappointing right there. There's a couple of, is there a couple of super chats? Yeah, okay, yeah. Mr. P now. Oh, by the way, Mr. P, thank you for the super thanks on the last video. So close, but Farke going too defensive, in my opinion. Don't invite a team with a goal to chance or the opportunity to attack at all. I'm off out. See you later. Have a good night, Mr. P. Have a good night. And Reese in the house saying here, got it to drop points later on, but if I was offered 8 points from 6 games at the start of the season, I would have taken it. Spurs will be difficult, though. Absolutely. We'll get into that. We'll get into that next week, of course, when we do the preview for Spurs, and hopefully I'll get a opposition point of view as well from my man Tobes if he's available. That guy's always flying around the world. Hopefully he's around for me. But yeah, German here saying here, you don't make a sub right before a defensive set piece. Football 101. Yeah, I know. Listen, I'm sure Farke, I don't know if you'll look back at that and think he could have done better. But what I will say also is that where was everybody for their second goal? We had like 3 or 4 people on the edge of the box. Meanwhile, Bournemouth had 2 players basically free on the side where they scored. That can't happen. You know, that's amateur hour defending. But you're right. The changes like that do not help. But the marking was shocking for that second goal for Bournemouth. That can't happen either. Farke too naive with his subs. Yeah, Sam saying here, we got to stop sitting off in the 65th minute. Agreed again, Sam. Game management, we kind of did it against Fulham, where Farke was, you could see what was happening with the change he was making. We were playing for the point. Obviously here we're trying to hold on for the 3, But yeah, it was too early, far too early for a team like Bournemouth to just sit back. And when they made their subs and Clivert and everyone else like that comes on, it made it way more difficult, didn't it? And we was just being pegged back and pegged back. I said at the start, maybe 3 points we would have deserved. Maybe a draw is a fair result in the end. It's just gutting the way that it happened, isn't it? It's just gutting that, I was looking at the table. We was basically behind Bournemouth in that area with a 2-1 win. Now we're back in the mid-table pack, Jared here saying Ampadu was asleep on that last goal. Yeah, he was. But overall, what I will say is Ampadu, for me, again, I know it's you got to complete the 90 minutes, but I thought he was really good again, and especially later on in the game where he was, making some really wise decisions with the ball in the game management mode of trying to close it out. But you're right, he did fall asleep at the end. But I don't think he should have been the only one there. There should have been a couple of those players that were on the edge of the box, a bit further back in the 6-yard box. I don't know why everybody was on the edge of the box there. Let's have a look here. What we're saying here. Yeah, Michael here. Bournemouth quality after quality brought on, but we bring on Jack H and Metcha. Yeah, it's the difference, people. And eventually, when the games come thick and fast, it will probably be more telling. But right now, this is a real valuable point on the board, isn't it? So again, I can't repeat enough. Really disappointing, but yeah, it's disappointing. Metcha is useless. I know that anyway. Chopper Dave saying here, thought Darlow going long, giving it away over and over again in the last 10 minutes was not the play, lost the game from there. Yeah, and listen, this goes back to the earlier video this week where people have been clamoring for Darlow to start. And again, I get it because he hasn't done anything wrong. But again, this shows you the difference between a reserve keeper and your actual number one when it's an actual number one, not like Melier last season. I'm talking about when Lucas Perry comes back. I do think that we'll see Lucas Perry come back. If we hold on for the win, and especially with the way Farke doesn't like to change the team when it's won, maybe he stays in. But yeah, I think Perry, once he's fully fit after the international break, he will come back in. Yeah, Palace beat Liverpool. Yeah, brilliant result for Palace. That's why I bumped him up in my Premier League rankings, people. I think they might skip 12th this year. I think they're looking at 10th under Glasner if he stays there all season. Keith here saying James should have come on for Aronson and slipping through on the counter. Well, speaking of players that we don't usually praise on here, and this will be a measure. This will be a measure of whether it's overall how you feel about the player or if you put in the game in isolation here. Because yes, when Aronson's on the ball, there's plenty of decisions where you think, God, man, play the ball forward or be in a better position. Don't keep playing the ball back. But in all fairness to Aronson today, if DCL puts away one of the chances that he was on the end of, he gets an early assist before the one that bounced to Longstaff. I thought Aronson overall, before Okafor started to go in the game, was probably our better attacker. So again, this is where you know where you can say that he's a poor player, and I agree. When Nonto's fit, I want him in that right wing spot to pair up with Bogle on that side. You know what you're going to get with Aronson in terms of what he can do with the ball. It's not always going to be great, but I think he did some things okay today. Michael saying, Brendan praise from KG. I'm going to clip this up. I'm just honest, man, and it's to my detriment because you got to run an agenda on these platforms, but the only agenda I've got is Leeds United being the best team possible. That's the only agenda. That's the clear one I've got. I'll always be fair, though, if someone's done okay. Man said Aronson Stockholm Syndrome. I can't believe what I'm reading, Lewis. Anybody else? Let's go. Yeah, Brendan with a cheeky no-look pass. Yeah. Brendan played well for our Brendan standard, not for a Premier League right wing. That is fair, JTEX. I'm not saying he was outstanding and I want him to play next week if Nonto's fit. Quite the opposite. But I'm saying in terms of what he did today, if DCL can finish properly, Aronson has a real big influence in the game very, very early on. And I thought he did okay today all round. Yeah, Ryan, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, man. I have to give credit where it's due. Nick saying he should have stayed on. Felt like Tanaka should have come on for Stacey. Oh, you've done this before, or someone's done it before. It's Stack, isn't it? Around 65 to 70 minutes. Let's go on to that because I've given Aronson praise. I've given Longstaff man of the match. Stack, who I've bigged up, he's very inconsistent, people. At this point in time, Very, very inconsistent in terms of how he's performing. And I don't think this was a good outing for him today. And I do want Tanaka back in the started lineup. So I'll go back to an earlier callback of the video and say I think you'd be surprised. I think it could be next week. Ampadu, Longstaff, and Tanaka in that midfield as the three. Now I'm not saying it's going to happen, but for me, he's got to show a little bit more consistency, people. You know what I mean? This is what I mean. It's all fun and games with the social media thing about his posts and everything. But to me, I only enjoy those kind of things if you're being good on the pitch. Those kind of things to me kind of just remind me of like Mateus Click kind of stuff where he's funny offline, but on the pitch he was hunking it up. Now Stack isn't hunking it up at this point in time, but he's got to get some more consistency in his game. He has to, because that isn't good enough if you're going to hold down a spot when you've got Tanaka holding the bench from the start. That can't do it for me today. Yeah, Stack should never have given away that free kick. Yeah, I mean, I'm all things like own goals and giving away free kicks. I mean, if they're stupid and everything else like that, then understandable. But I mean, that goal was a whole mess from the start, wasn't it? It really was. Nick saying here, knowing Farke, it will be the same 11. I don't think so, man. If there, well, you know what, Nick, you're probably right. But if there is a chance now to get in 2 new players into that team next week, Tanaka getting back in the starting lineup and maybe seeing Biol from the start instead of Strauch for me. Told me here though, saying we're playing Stack out of position. His strength is in DM. I don't think it is just a straight DM for him. You know, I know he can play there, but I think he's better at being a box-to-box player, but he's just not showing the consistency right now. And I want to see it from him, because we know when with his quality, with the striking, and at both ends of the box, he can be an effective player, but he's got to show it on a more consistent basis, people. Darren though saying I was furious, it was a totally unnecessary free kick to give away. I get it. I absolutely get it though, in terms of that. Having Tanaka on the bench should raise the midfielders' game to keep their spot. Yeah, that's what competition should be doing, but it's also on the manager though to say, okay, listen, Anton, it's been a bit iffy for you. You've been good, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe that one there. I'm going to bring Tanaka in the starting lineup today. Sean Longstaff, I can't drop you after the latest performances. You're staying in, and Ampadu, you're the captain. Let's see what Tanaka can do from the start. Whatever variation gets us points in this league, I'm game for. Honestly, however we can try and stay up, I'm all for. I honestly don't care how we do it. Just stay up and hopefully build better in next summer. Yeah, David, I know. I don't get the marking for the second goal. Very strange. It was zonal to the edge of the box, leaving the 6-yard box free. No idea either. No idea. Cats promotion here. As soon as Leeds start playing for a draw, that's a result. Yeah, it is. Yeah. And again, Farke. Yeah. Listen. Again, this isn't no pile on Farke. Last week, I gave him the full praise for the game management against Wolves. Nothing. It wasn't perfect, but we got a 3-1 win, so you can't complain about that. But games like today, just imagine 3 precious points against Bournemouth. It would be unexpected. You know, a bit like Brentford beating Man United today. Well, maybe that's not so unexpected, but those are the kind of 3 points that could be really vital at come the end of the season. People are asking for the table. We'll get that up. We'll get that up, because it was looking good, people. Not gonna lie, it was looking good. There's Liverpool with a loss. We was in this top 6 at one point. Now we're back in the middle. It's not a bad place to be. 8 points from 6 games, 2-2-2, all the 2s. It's not the worst. But imagine if that was 3 points. Oh man. German here, just repeating a point I made earlier. We've lost 5 points after the 90th minute. Something deeper going on other than just bad luck. Yeah, it's purely it's changes like today, bringing on Metro for a defensive free kick shouldn't do that, but it's also full concentration. Like, you can get away with these things in the Championship because you've got players that, I mean, in that last year's version of the Championship should have been in League One, so you're going to probably get away with more stuff. But in the Premier League, yeah, you don't get away with stuff like that. That's why the 3 points would have been so good today. Yeah, that's it, Cloud Dizzle. We was literally underneath Bournemouth. If we had won, we would have been directly below them. But it is what it is from now. It is what it is. Lewis here, tied from the Farke press. Nah, not after 6 games, Lewis. Can't have that. If we're tired now, then, and we're out the cup. We're at the Carabao Cup. We don't get back into extra games until the FA Cup. Can't be complaining about fatigue already. No, not for me, man. Not for me. Yeah, Liam. Anyone else think of the Gattuso quote when it comes to Stack? That's where it is right now, Liam. I was bigging up the Stack signing, so it's in my interest to go. No. He's been brilliant all the games, but he hasn't. Okay, and this is exactly what it is. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe. So yeah. Jamie, oh man, you know what? I'm guilty of it. Kiss of Death was looking at the table before the full-time whistle. Yeah, that's probably where I went wrong. I was getting all excited, man. I was almost ready to save the thumbnail I had. I was like, yes, let's go. And then I heard something in the background. Like, oh no, please. Ryan here. I was looking at European flights at 80 minutes. Tremendous. Oh man. Steve here saying here, couldn't Calvert-Lewin have seen out the last couple of minutes? Yeah. Even if the sub was scheduled, which it would have been, couldn't it have been tabled? Yeah. I know it's all hindsight now, isn't it? It's all, but sometimes it's obvious though, isn't it? You don't make that sub then. If we're attacking a set piece, I understand it. Not defending one. He's too cold. He's too cold, man. Yeah, Telly with a point here. If we're supposed to be defending, why isn't Biol on as the extra man? Exactly. If we're defending a free kick set piece in the last minutes of the game, bring on Biol. He's probably going to start the next game, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, very Leedsy. I know. I know. And Robert here saying we can't moan about fatigue when he made one sub at 80 and one sub at 92. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it all, people. Simon though saying here, I take the same result against Spurs. Well, let's see how we get on. Let's see how we get on and see how we set up for that one as well. Farker took his foot off the gas, yeah, but it was again the same kind of time, 65, 70 minutes. So, but what else was there? Oh, people, before we head on out of here, and if you got any more points to make, of course, put them in the chat, and of course, drop them in the comments after the video is done as well. People like the video as well. I don't think I've said that today. Disappointment completely took my script out. Please, if you haven't already, like the video. Best way to help out the channel in the visibility ranks on YouTube and everything else. What I will say is we spoke yesterday in the match preview that there's going to be two special announcements, and I'm glad that it's two players here, that one that I absolutely love and one I'm not. You know, I know of Johnny Giles just through the history of the football club, but obviously I didn't see him play. But Leeds United are honored to announce Johnny Giles has been given a Lifetime Achievement Award for his services to the club. And the second one was Leeds United is delighted to announce Lucas Radebe is an official club ambassador. First of all, I thought Lucas was already there. Okay, I thought he was already a club ambassador, especially the way that he tweets out and always talks about Leeds United. The only thing for me with these announcements, the way that they built them up, I felt like that could have been done online. And this is and again, Lucas is one of my favorite ever Leeds United players. So I am happy for him, but I feel like the way that they built up the announcements, it was kind of like, oh, what could this be? These kind of things that they could have just announced online, in my opinion. But listen, happy that Johnny Giles gets to, get this achievement while he's alive, get his flowers while he's alive. I'm always for that, especially when you've done so much for the football club, like Lucas Radebe as well. But yeah, little bit underwhelming, it wasn't it, in terms of that. But what else could it have been? I know a few of you thought it might have been Bamford, new 4-year contract. He's returning. But yeah, I know, Darren, I thought that as well. Lucas has been working for us already. Yeah, Jeremy also saying the same. Yeah, I know. Deepak saying it's a nothing burger, but could they have announced something? Okay, what could they have announced that was compelling? I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, see, a lot of people thought Lucas was already there, but listen, great stuff for the club. But yeah, Nick, you know it. It's PR, isn't it? Americans, they love the PR, don't they, man? Everything's PR. Did they post this before or after the match? They actually posted the first one, which was the Johnny Giles announcement, maybe 2 minutes after kickoff, and then at halftime, which was the second announcement, they put this one out about Lucas. JTech saying the poll, the poll is I didn't put Goodmanson in it, and I should have done that for other, so we made that other. But yeah, man of the match, overwhelming Longstaff with 55, Aronson 17, Rodham 15, and other being Goodmanson 13. So yeah, Longstaff getting his flowers today, and rightly so, because that was a real complete midfield performance, in my opinion. And that's what I want to see, not just heat map Longstaff, excited run around puppy dog Longstaff, deliver the set pieces like that and do all the other stuff. That's excellent stuff. Excellent. Yeah, Bogle. Oh, you know what? It's he's almost getting into that taken for granted kind of thing. Bogle was good again today, and Michael's right to mention that, you know. And we, as we come to the end, Bogle again with another solid performance. Once again, lovely stuff from him, and it was great to see him start today, wasn't it? Glad that he wasn't out injured, because he's an important part of that defensive setup. But yeah, people, I think that is it. I think that is it, people. I think that is it. Let's go, and I'll be back tomorrow with the cool down, just with Farker quotes, and see what he says in his breakdown of how things, you know, went from 3 points to 1. Leeds United get a good point against Bournemouth. Could have been 3, could have been, but it is what it is. Guys, like the video before you go. Drop your thoughts in the comments about the game and anything else that you want to talk about, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.